The length of the game because of those free throws and fouls, no, not so much. He said a lot of those towards the end of that half happened because of frustration. That's a great start for Continental right there. He said they had some undisciplined plays. He said we got to clean it up. 14 personal fouls right now. We are headed for an 80 free throw game. We got 40 in that first half. That can't happen.
Thank you, Shannon. Just to break it down, Continental's got the 3 personal fouls. Brandon Miller's got 3 personal fouls, and off the bench, Kobe White with 3. Hornets leading the ball, up by 4. Hornets have led by as many 6. They've trailed by as many as 4. LaMelo, off of one leg. No Bam Adebayo for Miami. Not in uniform. They're calling it right calf tightness. Maybe he's got a sore shoulder from shooting all those free throws a week ago.
Getting up on his toes, shooting those free throws, right? Yeah.
LaMelo needs help. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Brandon Miller. LaMelo, now the shot clock's an issue. Down to 3. Oh. Brandon Miller!
Ball movement right there. Patience, not forcing anything. Waiting for the defense to bite.
Davion Mitchell left alone. That's the scouting report on Davion Mitchell. In years past, struggling as an outside shooter. This year's been much better.
Been much better. Didn't look comfortable with that one right there. He's shooting much better, but you'd certainly rather have him out there than put his head down and get into the paint.
Kind of like that with LaMelo. LaMelo scored the goal, and Miami has to call the timeout.
3 of 8 from the field, but he has not missed from behind the three-point line.
Miami stays as is. Larson left alone. Where? And Miami continues to be scoreless 2 minutes into our second half. First of a 7-game homestand for the Hornets. Mitchell, smallest man on the floor, scores in the paint.
That's what he does right there, quickly with that dribble. And he's got a good body. Created some space by putting the shoulder into Brandon.
There are 3 guys who should be starting at point guard in the NBA who were all drafted as lottery picks by the Kings. Davion Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, and Tyrese Halliburton. None of them are still in Sacramento. On the season for Eric Spoelstra, 22.5.
Yeah, they've been coming off the bench after coming out of that groin injury right there, keeping Hero in the lineup. But tell a little rust on his game.
Well, we've told you many times that Bam Adebayo not in uniform, also not playing Andrew Wiggins, who's a big part of what they try and do. He's been out for a while. But for the most part, Miami's just been rolling along. They've won 10 of their last 11 games. Some emerging stars like Kel'el Ware, who have carried the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Ware struggling tonight, 1 of 6, 0 of 4 from 3. That's swooping.
Miami. Powell. And he's fouled, and he'll go.
Dwayne Wade was his favorite player growing up. In fact, in 2011, his first year at UCLA, he tweeted, "I'm going to study Dwayne Wade's game and model my game after him." How's this for irony? I guess it's ironic. He actually has Dwayne Wade's locker in Miami.
Oh. Ooh, that's interesting.
That's a boat, isn't it?
Well, you can be. I think you can also go up a mountain in a gondola, too.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, if he's talking about Italy gondola, that's probably a boat. Chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, I love that Con is adding things to his offensive game. You're scouted. Teams know your tendencies. They're going to try to take things away. You have to have the counter. So he continues to add things to his offensive game to help his skill set on that end.
Oh, Larson takes his time and scores on top of Bridges. Musa running the floor.
Just took his eye off that pass, knew he was running out of court space. Every possession so important, even though we're not halfway through the third quarter right now.
Norman Powell. Miami currently the 7th best record in the Eastern Conference, streaking upwards. Winners of 10 of their last 11. Knipple. Oh, just a sliver of room up the window.
Swim move over the top of the guy that was. Maybe he thinks he did that on purpose.
Ooh, that would be the Hornets' second delay of game, which would be a free throw. Powell too quick for his own good, lost it. LaMelo kicks it out of bounds. Norman Powell, 4-year his teammate, graduated with. 2 history majors from UCLA on the Miami Heat. And Pelle Larsson is fouled.
He is mature beyond his young age. Starters, 4 fouls, 7:44 to go in the third. He cut this lead to 5.
So the Hornets bring Zion James and Kobe White off the bench, playing with the starters Ball, Diabate, and Bridges. Miami has not subbed out here in the third quarter. LaMelo, back out to Bridges. And a foul called on Davion Mitchell.
Miami foul on 45, Davion Mitchell, his second, team's third.
It's going to be interesting to see how high Miami can get in the standings over the final couple of weeks of the season. Currently the 7th best record in the Eastern Conference, but they are playing along with the Atlanta Hawks as well as anyone in the East.
Hawks is just simply on fire.
Skyhook missed by Musa. LaMelo clearly got thrown out of bounds, no whistle. And a foul on the other end. And every Hornet on the floor has their hands on their head right now. Hornets are leading by 5, so not a ton of beef. But the free throw discrepancy is becoming a thing. Norman Powell misses that one. That's the 25th free throw attempted by Miami. Just now. Powell misses 2. All right. We're all square now.
Missed them both on the front end of the rim.
Kalkbrenner comes into the game, replacing Diabate. LaMelo playing with an edge. Finds Kalkbrenner.
Realizing the Heat in the zone, that possession, LaMelo did not want to give it up. He knew all he had to do was draw the eyes of the D. Kalkbrenner was going to be at the front of the rim.
Powell.
Can't make 2 free throws. It makes a tough runner against the grain.
Larsson switches out in front of LaMelo.
Heat in the zone once again. Look how open the middle of the floor is.
5.5 minutes into our third quarter. Norman Powell makes this a 1-possession game. Oh no! Hornets catch a break. That should have been stolen by Larsson. Can the Hornets make it hurt? Can they make it hurt? They do! Foul money for the Hornets.
Zion did his job. Different options and rotations on the floor right now.
LaMelo, 3-pointer, 3 feet behind the line.
Getting all kinds of attention while he's still in the zone, and they relax for a second. LaMelo lets it fly.
Larsson, bad pass.
Larsson expecting Mitchell to slide with him and threw it where he should have been.
This Miami Heat team, we've seen it over the years. You let them stay in games, they're really good in the fourth quarter.
They have guys like Hero, Powell, know how to fire. Those 2 guys know how to finish games.
Kid can score.
Back-to-back triples by the Hornets guards.
Hornets' largest lead of the game is 9. Currently up by 8. Currently up by 5.
There we go.
Tyler Hero starting to get his.
It's his first 3 of the night.
15, 7, and 5 for Hero. And an offensive foul on Zion James. To lead the NBA in non-charge offensive fouls, basically bad screens. Larsson left alone. 3-pointer for Pelle Larsson.
Whenever you say those 2 words, left alone, and you got NBA guys, they're going to make shots.
Uh-oh. Grant was held. Hit the deck because he was held, I guess, hitting the head. Among the league leaders in charges drawn. That's kind of his calling card. Shot clock down to 2. Score the goal! And a foul! White has the Hornets back up by 7.
Hornets bench outscored Miami's in this quarter 12-0.
Hawkins doesn't make a lot of threes against teams besides the Hornets. Johnson. Those are going
doubt about it.
The Hornets have an advantage on the floor. Tyler Hero's going to sit out this fourth quarter to begin. Con Knipple back in for the Hornets, along with LaMelo Ball, Musa Diabate, Miles Bridges, and Brandon Miller. Hornets playing their starting five. Miami's got a motley crew out there. Fontecchio. LaMelo runs down a long rebound.
Fight right there to hold the Heat player off while also getting the basketball.
And a foul right out of the shoot. And he averages 15. He's been the most prolific bench scorer in the NBA this year. Stolen away by Johnson. That's the rare telegraph pass for LaMelo.
Yeah, ball above your head. You got to let it go. Fake a pass. You don't do it, it's on to the next move.
Hawkins. Stop and pop for Johnson.
Johnson with a new...
Who knew? He has played 25 games this year. He averages a little over 3 per game. He's got 15 tonight. Brandon. Numbers advantage for Miami. Numbers advantage for the Hornets. 4-on-3.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, LaMelo is so good. Everything he did set that play up to perfection. He looked the other way, waiting for Brandon to take off.
11 assists for LaMelo Ball. Powell misses almost the identical shot 2 times down the floor. LaMelo scoring the goal. The kid's showing off here in winning time.
Boards flirting with a triple-double right here. We're far from done.
I can see it happening. LaMelo has 1 triple-double this year. Pelle Larsson back in, has his pocket picked by Knipple. LaMelo will set up shop. He's got Fontecchio in front of him. That means it's go time. Ah, yes! Oh, they don't want to count it.
Held the ball on the left and then finished the shot.
LaMelo has never missed a free throw this year while finishing off a and one. He is now 15 for 15 shooting free throws after making a shot while getting fouled. Hawkins, Larsson, Powell, Fontecchio, and Johnson. They've done a lot of that. Is that just so often they don't play with a lot of screens, so maybe they just always used to getting balls off in his face?
On that one right there, you got a guy not used to making plays with the ball. That's Johnson. Oh, John's wide open.
Tom gets an easy two.
Miami falling apart like a $3 lawn. Knows how to play. Oh, it's so much fun watching these guys. You're right, it's a party in Uptown.
Norman Powell. Now still some fight left in this Heat team. They've won 10 of their last 11 games. LaMelo. That's a goaltend. Second of the night for Kel'el Ware. Give 2 more to LaMelo.
Now on the board, gets the goaltend. Now he's got a 30-piece.
He's got a Curry. Mitchell back in. Miami still playing without Tyler Hero. He's been the most consistent offense so far tonight for the Heat. Fontecchio. Powell hadn't had the 3-point shot working, but he's done his damage in the paint.
Spread out there with that long 3. Now plays bigger on the offensive board than his size.
Brandon Miller!
Third catch.
Powell. Ware looking for the line. Largest lead of the night for the Hornets. Oh my.
Melo can do no wrong right now. Gotta go.
Shot clock down to 5. This would be some chicken salad. Yes! Who wants a chicken salad? Hornets lead by 19. Hero strides to the scores table. Maybe one last gasp of air for Miami. Bully ball.
Great job by Kahn to absorb the contact and make that shot tough for Mitchell.
Kahn playing with 4 fouls. And he's fouled by Fontecchio. Welcome to the best part. They lead by 19 with Knipple at the free throw line. When he hits these next 2 free throws, he's going to have 19 points. Nice to his mother. We all know that. When you get a last name like his, you don't give up, though. 3 beautiful free throws for Knipple. Like a gentleman. Hero.
Another good defensive stand by Brandon, just like Kahn made earlier. Play with your body, not your hand.
Block. LaMelo. And a foul called on Diabate. On Thursday. Orlando just had a nice win against Cleveland a couple of days ago. Powell. Hornets on the day off on Friday, and then on Saturday it's going to be Memphis. Their only regular season trip here to Uptown. Knipple. A triple! Just the second one of the night for the rookie.
Recognition by Miles Bridges. He's got a mouse in the house. That draws all the eyes of the defense. They get shifted over and leave the guy that's made the most threes in the league open. That's a mistake.
Kahn now with 238 made threes. He was out of bounds when he touched the ball. That's the 68 threes. It's the 4th greatest three-point season in the history of the Hornets, dating back to 1988. Knipple. He's everywhere.
Good awareness by Musa. You're at a point right now where every point is precious. No need to look for those dagger threes after you get an offensive board. You put it in with the left hand.
And Kahn picks. There are only 4 coaches in the history of the NBA. It's totally different getting ready for international basketball. You need a different style of player, different style of game plan. I'm sure he'll be up for the task.
LaMelo did not want to come out of the game. He accepts it, though.
If we don't see LaMelo again, he's going to finish with a Curry with 6 rebounds and 13 assists. Ball finds Bridges.
Musa tips it out to his buddy and then gets out of the way and lets him go to work.
Some hero ball.
Hornets going to take their time, use as much clock as possible, make this a possession game.
Hornets' 10th best record in the Eastern Conference. Coming off a 2-2 road trip. Shot clock down to 2. Bridges has to fire. With the right hand! Showing off by Bridges!
Almost behind the backboard with the soft floater.
And we've got a foul called on Musa. And Musa now on the floor. Ware not had a good day shooting the basketball. He is 0 for 6. Saved somehow by Mitchell. Did Kahn get a piece of that?
He did.
Kahn's playing with
Hands in the air, that's the official see. I'm not playing with my hands. Where? An easy throw down.
And Charles Lee just wants to 94 vibes over in Tyvola Road, the old Charles Coliseum.
Let's go.
Yeah. Eric Spoelstra, he is waved the white flag. He's called off the Dogs. Subs into the game for Miami. It's all over but the shout. Kobe White scored the goal and a 5 minutes. He will give Brandon Miller the rest of the night off. Miami is going to roll with Myron Gardner. Myron Gardner was a high school teammate of LaMelo, Spire Academy, Geneva, Ohio. Gardner wears 15. Also new to the game is Jameer Young. Welcome back home. Jameer Young wears 17. He played 3 years of college basketball here in town for the UNC Charlotte 49ers. Welcome back, Jameer. He's got the ball. We're going to give him one.
We're going to give him one?
Yeah. We're going to give him one.
That's the kind of guys we are.
Fontecchio still in.
Man.
Pretty good footwork, Kello Ware.
Yeah.
Well, Miami Heat, the fastest team in the NBA. If you hold them down to 101 points, you're doing something.
You definitely doing something. With or without Bam Adebayo.
Easy free ball for the longest tenured Hornet, Miles Bridges.
16 triples for the home team.
Score the goal and a foul. That's the free one we were offering Jameer Young. Glad he took it away. Almost as good as Dunbar, Baltimore Dunbar, Muggsy Bogues, David Wingate, Perry Dozier. Just throwing it out there. Who doesn't love high schools? Well, went to one.
Yeah, we did.
Some went to a lot of them. Trey Mann finds Pat Connaughton. Hey! Welcome to the game!
That right there tells me the type of chemistry the Hornets have right now. Everybody likes each other. Trey could have easily shot that ball, but Pat, wide open in the corner, says, you know what, it's mop-up time. I'm still going to play the right way. Give it to PC, and he makes a triple.
That is the first time in Hornets history that a guy with the name of Pat has scored a bucket for the Hornets on St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
So, folks, if you stayed long enough, you saw something you'd never seen before. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Pat Connaughton.
Extra layer.
Hornets have never had an Irish-born player on the roster. The closest they ever came was employing Johnny O'Brien. Hornets actually played against the Knicks a couple of years ago when the Hornets employed Johnny O'Brien and the Knicks employed Kyle O'Quinn. We played each other on St. Patrick's Day, and James Borrego and I think it was Tom Thibodeau, they both didn't agree beforehand to start those two at center. I thought that would have been appropriate. O'Brien and O'Quinn jumping center on St. Patrick's Day in New York.
O'Brien's the closest Irish guy we ever had, huh?
All right. Well, Del, I'm going to do the game with Terrence.
Okay.
Stick around, folks. We're going to have a post-game show for you. We're going to talk to the hero of the game. We'll hear from Charles Lee. We'll break it all down, tell you what it means, see if the Hornets can move up a spot in the standings, and we'll get you ready for the historic game on Thursday. Not just historic because the Magic are coming to town, historic because the Hornets are going to remember and honor the rich history that has been developed over the years. It's going to be a great night. And I'm telling you, folks, if you weren't around in the